If you guys want to real quick introduce your characters, let them know what your strengths and weaknesses are, because literally you can't see anything on screen except for this map. I didn't want to zoom out too much because I'd be worried you wouldn't be able to tell the rooms apart because everything's kind of brown. But they're gonna explain their characters, and then we'll read the prologue so that you guys know what the setting is.
So am I reading?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. So I'm playing Jenny Barnes. So Jenny has the perfect shoes for saving the world. So
blue strapless tailless shoes that you can't see because
super 1920s 30s fashionista. And so
two guns to
Jenny Barnes has spent the majority of her young life in pursuit of creature comforts, fine dining, and the latest fashions. But during her most recent summer in Paris, she discovered a letter. She received a letter from her sister Isabel. In this letter, Isabel confessed that mysterious forces were aligning against her, and that she feared that she may fall victim to some paranormal threat. It was the last letter Jenny received from her beloved sister. Jenny has since returned to the States to track down and investigate all occult occurrences she can find. Hardly a wilting flower, she has proven herself a crack shot as well as a fearless and clever investigator of the unknown. Until Isabel's disappearance is explained, Jenny will never relent in her search, and she will do so impeccably dressed. And as an FYI, I have chosen for Jenny to go mostly on a vengeance streak rather than a really rescue her sister streak, so she discarded the letter, not caring, and instead just has her guns and is willing to use them.
And then her starting abilities.
Her starting abilities, so she has 10 health, 10 sanity, so she's nice and balanced, with 2 skill points. And she's got, her 2 cards are It's Personal. It's Personal gives her an action of once per game. She may move up to 2 spaces and then may attack a monster in my space, getting +2 to all combat rolls, or checks in that combat. And that gives her an intellect of 4, willpower of 6, lore of 3, and luck of 3. And then she has Armed and Fabulous. And she starts the game with her 45 automatic starting item card, so she basically gets dual pistols to start off with. And that card gives her 4 strength, 6 marksmanship, and 6 dexterity. And her 45 automatic starting item is a ranged weapon with 3 damage. And it gives her an action of attack a monster within 2 range. If the monster is within 1 range, gain +2 marksmanship.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, mine isn't anywhere near as interesting. Kate Winthrop is on the brink of a major breakthrough. Because very few of her scientific colleagues even know her name because she's painfully shy, but she does possess a powerfully focused scientific mind. Several years ago, she watched her mentor be devoured by an unthinkable creature from another world. A weaker mind might have gone mad or just missed the slightest hallucination, but Kate knew with full clarity what she saw and has spent the time since studying the phenomena that caused the tragedy. The result of these studies is the Flux Stabilizer, which is one of the side items that I get to start with because I took that card.
Yep.
The device is still a work in progress, but she hopes to perfect it to permanently protect this world from the monstrosities that dwell in the worlds beyond.
Nice.
Always eager to test the device or do more research at any place evidence of the supernatural may be found. So, I am slightly off. I have only a health of 9, but I have a sanity of 11. I mean, I've already survived seeing the unthinkable. I'm happy with 4 skill points. That's pretty nice, especially since my luck is 3. I have a trial and error ability, which gives me once per game, before attempting a puzzle, I may discard any number of puzzle pieces and replace them with random unused puzzle pieces from the pile.
Nice.
Which goes well with my intellect of 7. I have a willpower of 5, lore of 5, and luck of 3. I'm also an inventor with a strength of 4, marksmanship of 5, and a dexterity of 5. And the Flux Stabilizer allows me to keep monsters away from me. So, if a monster is being placed, not moved, but placed into my room, the keeper must instead place it in an adjacent room.
Ooh, interesting.
So yes, I've stabilized my room, the area around me, so you can't break through the veil.
Nice. Well, I can just nearby.
Yes. Doesn't have a very good range. I can't protect the whole world, but I'm working on it.
Awesome. All right, so we are ready. Now, you guys can pick like who goes first and that sort of thing, but we're going to go through the story so far that we haven't actually read yet.
Yes.
And then I'll give you the special rules, and then we'll read the prologue because technically you haven't entered this yet.
Right.
Okay, so it's nice to finally get a vacation, some time away from work and all your worries. You speed down the empty country road in your car and with nothing but a suitcase and the clothes on your back. Your mind wanders. Sometime in the country should help you take your mind off terrible things that you've witnessed. You shake your head and remember what Father Iwaniki told you. Rest, relax, and enjoy your vacation. You take a deep breath and close your eyes. It is at that moment that you hit the tree.
Wow.
Which one of you is driving? It must have been Beth.
It's probably Beth's
'Cause
driving.
She's the one with the car.
She's the one that really needs the vacation. I'm always traveling around everywhere, so it's fine.
The sound from this is like Silent Hill, except instead
Right.
of a chick, it's a tree.
Right.
The sound from the crash is the loudest noise you've ever heard. Metal tearing and glass shattering, followed by a lightheaded feeling and then blackness. You awaken hours later, lying in your back on the side of the road. When you open your eyes, you see a young boy with green eyes staring down at you. He giggles and runs off. Hello, you utter as you attempt to stand up, but the world spins momentarily and you collapse in a heap. When the world is in focus again, you glance about, but the boy is nowhere to be found. Your vehicle, on the other hand, is impossible to miss. The car is completely crushed under a large oak tree that had fallen across the road. A low voice comes from the wreck calling, "Help me! Please help me!" You slowly pull yourself to your feet and help your companion out of the car. Miraculously, no one was hurt. As the orange sun settles over the pine trees, you catch sight of your salvation, a huge, no, immense house sitting high on the hill. The silhouette, Silent Hill, jeez. The silhouette is menacing in the dying light, but surely the house means civilization. The boy must have come from the mansion, and if there are people, then perhaps they can help. You start plodding up the rocky slope. Rest and relaxation are not going to happen anytime soon. Sorry about car. Okay, so...
It's alright, I've already saved you once.
Right?
So the special rules of this is it can only be played if there's at least 2 or more investigator players. So luckily we have at least 2. Now, this is different from the normal rules. Investigators may attack each other as if they were humanoid monsters. I don't know why you would, but you can.
Okay.
The keeper may not use the uncontrollable urges to make an investigator attack another investigator with a spell. The keeper may not move investigators into locked rooms. So I do have, I will tell you what my powers are, that I'll be able to do in this game and what it costs me to do it, so that you are aware. But one of them is uncontrollable urges. I can make investigators do some things, but I can't make you guys attack each other with spells. Apparently I can make you attack each other with weapons, but I can't force you to discard spells, essentially. I can make you cast spells for other things, though. The keeper has special mythos cards that you can play face down on investigators. Normally, I play them, I read them and give them to you. This is a little bit different. Although an investigator may look at his own cards, he may not share this information with other players. When an investigator is killed, he reveals any face down cards he has.
Okay.
The loss of will mythos cards makes an investigator win with the keeper instead of with the investigators.
Oh.
A player with this card is not considered an investigator for the purposes of objective cards.
Okay.
That's interesting. So I can essentially choose a traitor if I want to.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay. And I believe the start space is the foyer. Let me make sure I put you guys in the right space. I did. Alright, so there's a little bit more to read, very briefly. And that is the prologue of the scenario now that you're in the house. So you finally reach the front door as the sun vanishes beneath the horizon. You clear your throat and knock...
Close, or put that down so I...
Oh, you won't be able to know what
Okay.
this is because you,
Okay.
you literally have to know this.
Okay, I just...
Um,
it's like, I can see those.
I guess I can do this.
It's telling me where you're putting things in.
Alright. You clear your throat and knock on the large oak door. The knock echoes like thunder into the mansion. Footsteps approach, and a finely dressed gentleman answers the door. "May I help you?" draws the butler. "Oh, hello, we've been in an accident. My car is totaled. I was wondering if I could use your phone." "Of course, please come in." His voice croaks as he graciously holds the door open for you. Whoops, I forgot what I chose for this.
Please
Okay.
come in.
The family is just sitting down for their dinner, but if you make yourself comfortable here, I'll be right back. He exits into the gallery. You stand in the impressive foyer for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 30. You impatiently decide that you've been waiting long enough, and you go to find the butler. So you now know he went to the gallery. That's your first clue as far as where you might want to go.
Okay.
All right, and now you guys get to take your turns. And who wants to go first? There's no rule. Probably should read my card.
How's movement spacing? I can't quite see.
If there's white lines.
This is a section. This is a section.
Okay.
When you see the little white lines, it's hard to tell, but
Okay.
Those are different spaces. In
That's
the
what
same
I thought.
room.
Okay,
Mhm.
I was just making sure that's what.
Yeah, I mean
that
it's a little easier.
that I was
Like,
interpreting
these are
correctly.
different
Spaces. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, to get to the gallery, it looks like it would be like 1, 2, and we'd be in one space of the gallery.
Yeah.
There's other spaces in the gallery.
Makes sense. Okay.
So you want to go off into the gallery?
Sure.
You have the guns.
Yeah, true.
So you can go 1 step, 2 step.
Well, that's the most we can move in a turn, right?
Right.
Two.
Well, you can
You get
move a
two.
third one if you use your action to
If I use-
run.
right,
But if you
okay,
want
right.
to investigate or
So
something,
if you want to
need
like, but if you want to search the room, you can look at that.
Yeah.
Investigate
So
the room.
I will do that.
So do you want to?
Yep, it's supposed to. Find a lantern. Investigators may ignore darkness in your room. And you can discard the card to deal 3 damage to a monster within run range because you throw a lantern at them.
That's awesome. All right. And that's my turn, right?
Yep. No, I think this is a game where we're supposed to actually follow the clues.
You are.
Yes.
The clues will lead you to another clue.
And quite frankly, with both of our abilities and what they are, we should stick as close to each other as possible. Like, it makes sense for me to take the
So-
lead because I do have the gun. But
I'm going to, for my action, can I?
You have to go into the room to do that. So you can run to go into that room, and the next turn you can.
Right, that's what I. Yeah. Okay.
But you can't look at those cards because it takes an
But
action.
I'm just. Oh yeah, because it can't. It's not locked, so I would see that.
Yeah.
So at that door will open.
Yep,
Okay.
it's, yeah.
so,
I
so
see what you're
basically,
saying.
I run in and I'm looking around. I'm like, what's going on in here? And you're like, there's a door. It's like, I can see the whole room. There's no one in here.
You're like, ooh, look at this pretty lantern, and she rolls her eyes and just walks into wherever that is,
Yeah.
the closet or something.
It's the
Oh, the
courtroom.
courtroom. Okay,
I'm gonna hang up my lab coat. There's some
So-
blood on it.
so now we
Okay,
move
carry.
into the keeper phase.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that can happen, well, you're not in the same space anymore, but if you were, you guys could trade items between each other,
Right.
which we don't have to do. Then I will gain 2 threat. Oh, I probably should tell you what my different skills are. I
If
have.
you're supposed to, go ahead.
Well, they're supposed to be available for everybody to see, but you guys were like way over there, so I'll
Right.
just read them real quick. I have Evil Presence. I can draw 1
I
Mythos
like
card.
presents. Yeah.
I can draw 1 Mythos card and 1 Trauma card.
Mm-hmm.
I have a limit to 4
Of each. Right.
and that costs me 1 threat to do.
Okay.
I have Command Minion, which lets me move a monster up to 2 spaces.
Mm-hmm.
I can only use it once per monster each round, so I can't continuously spend threat to move somebody.
Yep.
I have Uncontrollable Urges, which I choose an investigator. I can then move that investigator to an adjacent space. Oh, this one costs 1. I can move the investigator to an adjacent space or force him to resolve an action from one of his spell, equipment, artifact, or tome cards.
Mm-hmm.
I make all the required choices, and then it happens. Obviously, I can't cause you guys to attack each other with spells, though.
Mm-hmm.
And that costs 2. And then I have Witchcraft. At the start of my turn, I discard all witches in play.
Okay.
So they don't get to stay out for long.
Mm-hmm.
But I may discard 1 Mythos or Trauma card to gain 1 threat.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do that, I have to choose an investigator. You test your willpower at -2.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail, I place a witch in your space.
Okay.
But
So
she's only the 1
basically,
turn.
you have phantom witches.
I do. I have
Nice.
witches. And then I have Mythos cards, which I can't talk about.
As long
so
as
I
they're
will
not
gain-
sandwiches, or else.
I will gain 2 threat because I gain the number of threat equal to the investigators.
Players, yeah.
And then I can take an action. So I am going to.
Oh, that makes it tough to use that trader card.
It
Because
does.
technically you're not an investigator anymore, which means you don't get as much threat.
Hmm? Oh no, I only
Or
get
do you
2.
still-
I only get active
no,
investigators.
no, but what I'm saying is
It
it's
says it
when-
doesn't count as investigators for the purpose of the winning objective.
objective.
Oh, for the winning objective only. Okay, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it did specify that.
Oh, because otherwise we give it away.
I could actually force you to lose that way.
Right.
Like wicked easy.
Yeah.
So it took that rule out because remember I mentioned there's like you can do something that seems like I think I'm gonna sit here and eat this apple. Lose. Like I could
Yeah.
literally force you to do that. I'm not gonna tell you what the lose condition is, but it's stupid. I'm sorry guys who made this game, but everybody has said that it's stupid. I've never played the scenario before. It really truly is. And if they run into it and it happens, you'll hear them. Okay, so now I can take an action.
Is stupid.
I'm only going to take 1 action. I'm going to take the Evil Presence action. So I'm going to spend 1 of my threats, and that lets me draw 1 Mythos and 1 Trauma. Okay.
That's a really nicely horrible back.
Isn't it
For the
awful?
travel
It's
cards.
like
Mm-hmm.
brains
I just
being
think this is
stabbed.
something.
It is pretty gross. And heart being stabbed. Okay,
I'm just
so
wondering, like, the image on the lady carrying the lantern, like, what is the point of that image?
what?
Yeah. You know what the point.
Well,
of
I know what the
image
point
is.
of the image is, but seriously?
Yeah.
Like,
Look at the image. Just.
Oh, yeah. They're showing off for boobs.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, well, apparently they needed to be illuminated. But, like, I was trying to figure out, like, is it one of the characters? But then I'm like, no, because none of the characters look at them. Like, I was thinking, like, the only person in white is you, and I'm like, no, that's not you.
I'm like,
It's
well, they
the
literally-
female characters are you, me,
Yeah.
a nun.
Right.
See, but that's why they later called those handheld light items flashlights.
right, it's true. Oh, that's true.
That's where it came from.
Oh,
Like,
fuck.
spell out. Okay, so I've got these two things, and then next I don't have any monsters, so we add one token to the event step. This one will go off once 4 tokens hit it, so in 4 turns. And now you guys get to go. Who's going to go first?
Do you want me to go and see?
Sure, might as well check out what's in there.
I'll investigate the room.
Okay.
Oh, there's
Just
two
I
things.
know. I'm trying to.
So the first thing is you find nothing of interest.
Uh-huh.
And the second thing, you find a sledgehammer.
Uh-huh.
Robert Palmer is now.
Yep. Did I do that right? To make sure that's the right thing. Hang on 1 second. I just have to double check and make sure I didn't mess anything up. Okay, I did do it right. So it is sledgehammer. I thought I lost this card, and apparently I placed it first. That's why.
Yeah, I have a sledgehammer.
You do.
Blunt melee weapon. Attack a monster in your space. X equals your strength minus 2. Minimum of 1. Alright, well, that still gives me a 2.
Mm-hmm.
We have the same strength, so that's good. Now I have a weapon. You have a weapon.
Yep. Yep.
Now, if there's nothing else in the room, there's really nothing else to do there.
Right. I mean, I'm just.
I'm just trying to figure out for my purposes.
Yeah.
tonight.
So I'm going to, for my first move, step out of the room because I got to go through the door. So I got to go up this way.
And on the end there it says galley, right?
This is gallery. Yes.
Galley. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure.
So
I
And
didn't
you
put-
can't go out the exit door that's there, right?
What exit door?
There's a door on the facing you.
This-
Like the other side, like
Like here?
literally the
No,
wall
and
facing
nothing to
Nothing
the
there.
nothing on the outer edge until the objective says
Right.
so. Then we can. So that was my first move, and then this will be my. There's a door on this side, but it doesn't look like a door on this side. Can we go through there?
Yes, I would
Okay.
assume so.
I'm
I
just
can't think of any other way to
because
get
that's
there.
obviously a door.
Well,
But
the only
this
way
doesn't
to
look
go
like a door.
around.
That's why I'm just wondering, do I need to go around or can I go in through there? Because that just looks weird.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Because this is a door and a door, a door and a door.
Right, most of them have doors.
Most of them look like doors.
Yeah, and then they have a
Are
blocked
they?
door
Are
where
some
there
of
is
them
no
like
door.
secret doors? Yeah, I think, so maybe it's just like a
Yeah,
secret
that
door.
may be because it looks like a table, lights, and a painting or something, or
Yeah.
a mirror. So maybe it's a secret door to get in from here, which
Yeah.
is weird. The
Could
dining
be.
room would go into here, but
I
okay.
can't think of any other way to get there unless you go this
I mean,
way.
I'd have to go around. We'd have to go around
Really
all the way
long
around
around.
to here, actually.
Yeah.
It would make sense though for
Yeah.
that to happen
Mm-hmm.
Right.
because otherwise
I mean-
it's gonna be over too fast.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they want us to walk.
Well, and it is also a circumstance of that secret. If there's a secret door there from the dining room to there, that would make sense because if you're getting out of the kitchen and you have
But I
wait
don't think
staff
they
going
have
to get
secret
stuff-
doors in this. I'm trying to remember.
No, I'm
Usually
just
if you're not considered adjacent if there's a brown anything
Right.
blocking you. So there's a brown line there.
So yeah, so I'm
assume-
thinking the
those are-
doors only count as doors if they're together.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it breaks the brown.
Well, yeah. Well, it
Okay.
says spaces are considered adjacent if they're separated by a white line or door. If 2 spaces are separated by a solid brown wall without a door, or if the door is a sealed door, the spaces are not adjacent. So that almost sounds like that is adjacent then.
So it is.
There is a door.
Yeah, there is a door there.
It's only if they were both had
if
a
they were
line
both-
there, that
right.
it wouldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's
So-
I like
So
that's
it just
why
so
I'm
happens
asking.
that the tiles don't always mesh perfectly, basically is what they're saying. But
Yeah.
if there's a
Yeah.
door, unless it says it's sealed, it's a door.
Well, actually, we have to because I mean we just came through this door.
Right,
That's true.
So there's
so,
no
Yeah.
there's no door on this side.
I mean,
at
some of
all.
them line up just because they do. And
Right.
and if you put them at the right orientation where the name is kind of on the bottom, they all would match. But to make the image look the way they wanted it to, that's
Right.
why they say.
Because if we did, then it would have been door and door, and it would have been fine.
Right.
Actually, no, because this door. Yeah.
Yeah, those doors would have aligned perfectly.
Yeah, that
if
would
it
have.
was the other way around.
If we had turned that.
But in the picture, they have it the other way because they want it to look a certain way.
Yeah.
So that's
That's probably why
they
they
say
door.
if there's a door, if it's
There's a
two
door on-
lines, like this is not adjacent.
Right.
Because there's two lines and no door.
Like you can't cross here, but you can
Right.
cross here because there's a break between the brown.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, okay.
And same thing with that one. There is
Alright.
only one.
Considering
it gives
we've
them
already done
the
that.
freedom to not have to make it match up. Like same thing with this one in the corner here.
Exactly.
Because like technically that one would have to be flipped in order for it to work.
And if we're wrong, someone will tell us.
Of
Because
course
they
they
do.
will.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be nice, maybe they won't. Depends.
Do it up. Tell us what you think. Yeah.
Well, but doing it that way, having them at different locations allows for the line of sight things probably.
That too.
Changes.
There's
So that's
that.
that may be part of why they're doing it.
There
Okay.
is, but they also want to make the maps look unique. So each map, because if you had the tiles laid out the same way every time,
Right.
like the maps wouldn't be very interesting.
All right. So since we've decided that this is actually a door, and we've already gone through there, I'm going to make my second move over here.
Okay.
'Cause I did action move.
Okay.
So that's my two moves. Okay.
And then before you go, something happens.
Okay.
Okay. A painting flies off the wall towards your head.
Oh, lovely.
You have to test willpower +1 and then dexterity +1.
Okay. So that's a 7 each. So I have to roll
Willpower
under
first.
the test?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Equal or under?
Equal under, yeah.
So
So
good on
pass
willpower.
So you're like
And
whatever.
dexterity.
Wow.
Exact.
+1. Look away.
Perfect.
Nice.
So apparently I'm not thrown by the fact that a painting's flying at me. It did take a little bit of effort to dodge it, but I wasn't surprised by the fact that it was flying at me.
I mean, a tree did fall out of nowhere too, so
That's
you're
true.
like, this is old hat at this point.
And goodness knows, I'm chasing a letter that my sister wrote about paranormal activity, so.
You're like, she was right.
Alright. So I guess that means I'm gonna take a trip into the dining room. So we'll do 1, 2,
One move.
2
Two move.
and I will actually go ahead and run and go into the.
Into the other space.
Yeah.
Because you have to, because that's a wall.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, we are Ghostbusters.
Is that Angie?
Yes, I was joking. If we
You're
had
a
four,
Ghostbuster,
if we had all 4 of the ladies, we could totally
You
reenact.
could.
Actually, I think there's only
Only
3. I
Sue
think
and
there's only
Aaron
3
show up.
ladies.
No, there's 4.
There's
Oh, there are 4.
Yeah, because there's still the nun, and then there's the typewriter chick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whose thing I painted it. When I painted it, I thought it was a purse.
Oh.
So I painted it, and then I was like, why is this such a bumpy purse? And then I looked at the picture, I'm like, oh my god, it's a typewriter that was slung over his shoulders. I had to strip all the paint off.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at painting miniatures, folks. Like the Chthonians are like disco Chthonians. Look how purple they are. It was supposed to be
wow.
black with purple highlights, but
Actually,
they're like,
you know, it's really
woohoo,
funny. It
super
actually
purple.
looks like the purple worm from D&D.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
I could use it for 2 different things.
Right?
And then I wanted to use glow-in-the-dark eyes for the Shoggoth, but I couldn't.
It's actually funny too because the bases look very similar to Monster Apocalypse too. So
Yeah.
they're kind of like multi.
They're useful because you can
Yeah.
put the health on them.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. So you guys can't trade or anything. There's no monsters to deal with or anything like that.
Not yet.
So I will gain my threat, and I'm going to. I'm going to do that because I want that threat, and that Mythos card sucks. So I'm going to discard this crappy myth. Wait, is this a good one or a bad one? I'm going to discard this Mythos card. Wait, do I need 1 of each to discard? Let me discard 1 Mythos card or a trauma card. And that lets me gain an extra threat. Now I have to do...
Tighten it up.
No.
I have to see if there's a witch.
Yes.
I'm not going to do it with you because, well, then again, who's the lowest willpower? Doesn't get messed
She
with.
technically does actually.
But
Because mine's
alright,
6 and
technic-
hers is 5.
Roll a die.
If that counts
1
as
through
if
5.
that
it'll
counts
be
as a
dead.
monster, you can't put it in my space.
Just
saying. You can't
I'll
put-
have to place it next to you, but
Right.
Yeah.
but still, I want to see who I want to have roll. 1 5, it's Beth. Nope, it's you.
No, it's me.
Okay, so take a willpower test -2.
Made it.
Wow. Your willpower is 4 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. I just have to do that if I
Yeah.
get the threat. So.
Mhm.
I'm not sure where they're coming from. Actually, yes, I know. Actually, never mind.
But the witch is in my space, right?
And then only if you fail. If you fail, apparently your sphere attracts the witch.
Oh, okay.
But you went in there and you were like, that painting? Fuck that painting.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to draw a Mythos card again using, I'm supposed to get one Mythos and one Trauma. Which I did, I forgot. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I just have to read these real quick so I know what they do. Okay. And then we will add a counter to the event because I have no monsters to really have to deal with. So it is your turns again. Do you want to investigate those cards, Ian, since you're there?
Yes.
Okay. Those. Thank you, ma'am. Oops. So the first thing is the first clue.
Okay.
The room is covered in fresh blood.
Hmm.
You barely manage to keep your lunch in. Red letters are smeared on the large oil painting. You can't help him. Beneath it lies a bloody arrow pointing to the right.
Okay.
I'm going to give you that clue so you can remember where, because the
Yeah.
clues give you an idea of where you're supposed
Right.
to go. And then the other thing that you find is a password. It's a key. Discard this card when you attempt to move through a barred entry to discard the lock card. And it will actually say barred entry on the card, so you won't have to worry about wasting your password.
Nice.
It'll specifically tell you.
Okay. So apparently they think we're here to help the green-eyed boy. Little do they know we don't care. No, just kidding.
No, we don't. No.
Because children in horror movies deserve to die. No, just kidding. So to the right. So I assume that would mean like
That's off
this.
the board.
Like, well, no, I'm assuming if it's to the right of where I'm standing, it would either be.
Well, if it's
I'm,
on,
assu-
like, if
I'm
it's
assuming.
on the
I'm
wall,
assuming if I turn this way, so turn me.
Because you
this
walked
way,
in
'cause
that
I
way,
walked
yeah.
in that way.
Okay.
So it would be in the kitchen,
So, pointing
Possibly.
to the kitchen.
possibly.
And there's cards. So if there's nothing, then you know there's probably nothing to worry about. So if it's saying on the right, it's either somewhere where there's cards, so that way or that way.
Right.
That has a lock. What's locked? Kitchen storage.
So there's the kitchen and there's kitchen storage. Is that what those are? Is that what those
Yes.
Yeah, this is kitchen storage. There's a door here.
are?
It's a locked door
what's
here.
in what's the thing in front of me?
This is the bathroom.
Bathroom.
2, and this is the nursery. Not that we have any idea about that until we get in there, but
Yeah.
It's a nursery and a bathroom.
a while before you get
I'm
there.
gonna go
yeah.
into the kitchen first, I think.
Okay.
So that was action. This is move 1.
And then move 2 into
Move
the.
2 into the
Alright,
kitchen
can
storage.
I
You
go
have
in
to
there
flip
yet,
the
or I
lock
have to
card
flip
over
the
and
lock?
see
Right.
what
you
it
can
is.
check.
Okay.
And you can try to actually do the lock.
Right.
And if you do, you get in there. Otherwise, it stays face up and you stand out front of it.
Okay.
So you have a room-locked door. An
Mhm.
ancient painting sits in front of this locked door. The door is locked. Solve rune puzzle number 7, and then discard this card.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is take those puzzle cards for 7. Yep. And then rummage them up. And then you're gonna lay them out so it matches the setup of that card. So it should be, I think, 2 rows. There should be arrows on them as you place them, and so you want the arrow pointing up. That tells you what orientation they start out as.
Is it on the back side? This is the solved puzzle.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like. That's what it's supposed to look like. So you know what it
Oh,
looks like.
okay. So they're shuffled up, and then I just have to rearrange them.
Yeah. First,
Yeah.
you lay them out from left
You
to
have to
right,
lay
top to
them out.
bottom.
Okay.
So you lay them out so that they're matching.
There's 6 pieces, so like this.
Yep.
So, okay.
It'd be cool if you could move it up, but
No, can.
no, it's the spells that you'd have to put it up above where the spells are. Actually, if you want to just put the spells here, we don't have anybody sitting here, so. Oh, perfect. Can you see that though?
Yeah.
So flip them over, but you have to make sure. Oh, they already have the arrows pointing up.
Yeah, you have
So,
to keep them in.
So I have to keep them.
You have to keep them that facing.
Okay.
So
No,
flip,
you
flip
flip
them all
them
over,
over.
and then you have to rearrange them.
Oh, okay.
So if
So
you
you
want,
can
you want me to
flip
read
them
the
all
puzzle
over
rules?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can flip them all over.
Yeah, can you reread the puzzle rules
Yeah.
just to make sure I'm doing it right?
The thing is, you only get your
Your
4 moves.
intellect. Yeah.
I
that's-
get it.
It's, I mean, it's not like it's a horribly difficult thing.
Right.
It's just a time-consuming thing.
Yep. You
Right.
receive a number of puzzle actions equal to your current intellect. You can also spend a skill point to add your luck to your intellect, but you don't have to do that right away. You can choose to do that after. What you can choose to do is you can swap a puzzle piece with an adjacent puzzle piece.
Mm-hmm.
The puzzle pieces remain in their same orientation, so they don't
Yep.
flip at all. You just swap them.
Okay.
And if you swap by accident, there's no mulligans. You have to spend another thing to swap them back.
Okay.
So think very carefully before swapping.
Yep.
And
And I can do that for up to my
Right.
my
Up to
lore.
your
or-
actually, this is a rune puzzle, isn't it? So that's the only action you need to do.
Right.
Yeah.
All you
have to
do
rotate,
is
or
Right.
just swap.
Just swap. Yeah.
And I think that's all of them. So literally, that's all you have to do. So I'm not going to read anything else.
Okay. So number 1.
Yes. 'Cause we can't do anything. We can't help you at all.
Yep. We can't
Number
tell you.
2.
Well, I wouldn't want to anyway. I'm the
Right.
bad guy.
But I know, but I can't help you at all. So I'm not gonna pay any attention to you.
Number 2.
It's like those slidey puzzles.
Yeah,
Those,
that's
those are fun.
Yeah, that's what
Number
it is.
3.
Da-da-da.
Number 4, which is the most I can do. Can I spend?
Yeah,
skill?
you can. You
No.
can spend a skill
That's-
point now if you want, which will add your luck, which means you'll have more. How much luck do you have?
But that will mean you'll have only one.
Only
skill
one use
for
the
later.
game.
I mean,
So maybe I should just wait and finish it next time.
It's up to you. I mean, if you finish it this turn, at least you'll have it. Well, it won't matter because
Because I mean, I literally only need one more move to finish it.
Yeah.
So
if he did that, that would free you up because he can continue to investigate that, and that would free you up to go over that way if you want to. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, we could split it up, or I could. Well, because I can't get that. It's only one.
I mean, either way, you
Right.
can still go away because I will have this next turn, like,
Right.
without question.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a question of
Because that would be, although, no, that would be your first movement would be trying that again.
right.
Then your second movement would be
Moves
going in
in.
here, and then your
And
action
then
would be
investigate.
His
investigating.
first movement would be moving in there. That doesn't count as a movement. So he would finish the puzzle, and then he could do his first movement to move in. This is technically his second movement that is being blocked.
Right.
Right.
So next turn you would have one movement to move in. You can investigate, and then you'd have one movement to move out.
Right. Okay. All right. But either way, I think that's fine. I don't
Yeah,
think,
the
I
only
don't think
thing it
it's
does
worth
is it
spending.
basically
I
shorts
just-
you one movement.
I'm just with
Yeah.
the.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Just. Even, but.
Because you might have a harder puzzle later.
Right.
Right,
That's what
that's
it is.
what-
That's
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 what I'm
one of the
thinking.
easier puzzles. I mean,
Yeah.
that's,
I mean, it really is an easy puzzle. If I had one more
There's some
intellect, I'd have
really
solved it.
freaking hard ones.
Yeah.
So.
it all depends on how
They lay
how
out
the mix.
too.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's.
Yep.
They could be in order practically. I mean.
So.
Yeah, you got pretty lucky with that one. So, so you see her basically staring at a painting on the door.
Yeah.
It's like Fatal Frame. Remember how they had all
Yeah.
those photographs you had to do in certain orders and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, and that was you were the first person to go, right?
Right.
So it is your turn.
So that would be move 1 for me, move 2 for me. Then there is a door, so I'm gonna run into that.
Makes sense. It's
It's
kind
been
of
a long trip.
She's like, gotta go.
Yeah.
You do the painting. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will gain my threat. And I am going to spend 2 threat for 2 mythos and 2 trauma cards, which will max out my trauma cards.
That's not good.
Well, I'm trying to find stuff.
Well, yeah.
No, it's good for
Of
you. It's
course.
good for us.
Huh.
I want a thing, but I don't know what thing I want.
A thing?
That thing would be good.
I have a bag of things, and I have a variety to choose from, but I don't know. Actually.
That's a thing.
That is a thing.
Okay. All right. So I did those things. I'm going to save the rest. Because I can't really, there's no point in doing anything else. Although it'd be kind of fun to walk you around, but I'm not going to. Yeah, that's it. So,
Okay.
who's going first?
Do you want to finish your puzzle?
Might as well finish mine.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that's an action. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry. Jeez. I have to sneeze. Okay, that's gonna be funny. All right. So that was your first. That's technically your first movement.
Mm-hmm.
So before you investigate, I'm gonna spend 2 threat.
Mm-hmm.
Something happens. It just fits your character so well that I have to do it as soon as I saw it.
Okay.
Whispered voices drift down the halls. Their chanting becomes louder and louder. You cover your ears and start banging your head against the wall to get the voices out.
Wow.
It just, all that happens is you take 1 horror because you're freaked out by it, and 1 damage because you hit your head.
Okay.
So I'll give you those tokens. I was like, poltergeist? Okay, now ghosts? I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your horror token. It looks like fingerprints, but it's actually faces. And somewhere in here there's a 1 damage token. 1 damage. Warped because I got killed by someone, but 1 damage. Okay. And so now do you want to use your action to investigate the cards?
Yes.
Alright. You find Doll Chance. Dole Chance? D-H-O-L. Dole?
Dole chance.
Test Intellect +1 as an action. If you pass, take 1 horror, discard this card, and gain a shriveling spell card. You do not have to do that right now. You find a book. It's your choice if you read it. You have to use an action to do it.
Alright.
And then you find nothing of interest.
Okay.
But it's a possible way of getting a spell.
Okay.
And then Beth's turn.
Second move.
Yeah. Sorry, move will take me back out.
Just gonna place that face down by your character. No, on your, yeah.
Do I look at it?
You can, yeah.
I would hope so.
You can't reveal what's on it, but it's one of those face downy ones. It's a douchebag card.
I understand that. And the timing is perfect.
I thought so.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so I will take my action to investigate the bathroom because I'm not going to use any bathroom without checking it out first. It's in a weird, freaky house.
You find a bottle of whiskey in the bathroom. That's really funny because some of the cards you place randomly, and that was one of the random cards. I just think it's funny that the whiskey ended up in it's fitting.
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
You know what's really fitting? It gives you 1 willpower.
I know! It's exactly fitting. I do want some of those Fritos. Those are horrible.
Speaking of willpower, where do they go?
Oh, this one's got
They're in there.
This foot came off.
There you go.
That down. Oh, I'm defeating way too many of these, though.
Which many do you want?
Okay, look.
I have a whole other bag.
I'll pay you.
Alright.
I honestly picked up the bags figuring I'd share with you because I know you used to like the wild mile
Fritos.
Fritos.
I'm assuming that means I can't get through this door because the lock
Without
is
finding
the
puzzle.
door.
Yeah.
Because you
I'm
have to,
assuming I can get into
technically
the
you
room.
don't move into the room fully yet because you have to see if you can if you can get through the lock.
Oh, because it's all doors. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So yes, I will try to. For my first movement, I will try to go through the door, which is locked. I wasn't sure if that was all doors were locked or only this door was locked because it was on that side of the room. That's all.
A voice on the other side of the door says, "What's the password?"
Oh, that's funny.
Jenny's like, "I know." Nope, it goes on top.
Does it
Oh,
actually
yeah.
say barred on
Chicken
screen?
remote.
Yeah, it's barred.
Yep.
Yeah, so perfect. I do actually know the password.
Yeah.
Go
So
a different direction.
It's really funny. The
I
password.
would have to go all the way back through here.
Not that you know this, but the password is key.
You don't have to move either. You
Yeah,
can
that's
choose
Actually, it's
that.
probably not really key. It's just that's the type of card.
Yeah,
but
I know. I just no.
But I choose to say that the password is key.
It is funny.
I could have comboed this card and I messed up. Next time. Okay, so you already went and she already went, so I will gain some threat. It sounds like the cat's tap dancing in the kitchen.
The cat is messing around with
She
something
jumps up on the table in the sunroom and she's scratching.
Oh, it's the box was.
I wonder if she found the bug.
No, she likes to fill the box.
Wow.
There's like a box that she likes to lie on. That I left it on there so she could play with it because she makes the noise. She's like,
Yeah.
She
Alright.
does. She's having fun.
okay, so gain some threat. Keeping this or throwing it away?
Oh.
What?
Good for her. My friend's son just got engaged.
Oh, cool.
At Disney. No less.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin those 2 threat to discard a Mythos card to gain a threat.
That's.
You should just say spend 1 threat and gain instead of because you have to spend 2 to activate it. You know what I mean?
But you get other benefits, so.
Yeah. I'm going to have you try a willpower -2.
Okay. Well, now my willpower is 4.
Or 4?
Because I have whiskey.
Oh,
I gain
right.
my willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
And it's not even an action. She
No,
just
it's
takes
just
a
permanent, yeah.
So I get a 3.
You made it
That's
then.
exactly what
I
she
would
did.
have made it even without it. And
No witches.
No witches because I don't have a painting pulling on my head.
No, witches.
I was trying to decide where I'm going to put the witch. It'd be funny if she was waiting in the room after you give the password.
I
and
know.
The witch. That's what I was thinking of doing.
That's what I was
why
thinking you were going to do. Because I can't get in there until she comes through, so putting it back here won't do us any good. Well, that'd be
What
a
event's going to happen because this goes here, which puts it to 4. So the first event of the night happens.
It feels very eventful.
The door flies open and a hysterical man enters the room. He wears a
Sorry, I'm kind of hysterical. Anyway.
He wears a thick winter jacket and icicles cover his salt and pepper beard.
Father Christmas?
He runs to you and grabs the collar of your shirt, so apparently it's Beth, because otherwise he's
Right.
grabbing other things. Ian's character.
Grabbing my spaghetti straps.
Yeah,
That's
spaghetti
yeah.
straps.
Yeah.
Oh God, he weeps. It's unspeakably horrible. His legs give way and he collapses on the floor. I should have listened. Damn curiosity. Damn it to hell. He looks up at you. Please save yourself. Save everyone. Whatever you do, do not open the freezer. His eyes close for the last time.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
We'll avoid the freezer.
the freezer
Do
is
you guys wanna
apparently
keep
a
this
portal
card
to
so you
some
know what
sort of
happened?
yeah, sure.
I don't know if you guys want to keep that as a track of what happened.
Yeah, we'll keep it here. So,
Yeah.
so apparently the freezer is a gateway to Narnia.
Or worse.
Or worse. No, well, quite frankly, if it's a gateway to the ice layer, like then it's not great. It's not a good thing either way. Anyway, sorry.
These are horrible. They're awesome, but my God.
Well, in all fairness, I already ate half of them, so you're not doing too bad. Like,
I'm trying to be good.
I know.
Oh,
They're
salt
good.
in those, but they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, it's you guys' turn. Because I already placed that.
Yeah. I'm not going to do anything.
I'm going to take
because
5
I-
actions.
Yeah.
before
So
you
you're
put
gonna
it.
So I'll go first. So
One
1,
move.
2, and I will
moves.
actually do the third. I'll run in and be like, password!
The password is P3.
And I discard that, because I have to.
Yeah, I think so.
So they go together.
I think it's the only one, yeah.
Yeah. And,
So yeah, you're
password. Caput Draconis.
A55W0RD.
1 move, 2 move, and action.
And action.
See, that's what it is. I'm not looking at your butt. I'm looking at your shoes because you have nice high heels.
I
for
do.
research.
I do.
And they're perfectly clean,
I
considering
know.
what her jacket isn't even this clean, because I tried to make shading and it didn't work.
Right.
It looks like she tried to fix her car. It looks like her car blew up around her. It's
Right.
You have the next clue?
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm choking on Frito. What?
You open the freezer and here, let it go.
then Cthulhu shows up.
Right.
He's like, "Thanks, man."
Right.
Also, you die because you sang that song. Perfect. Way to go, Angie. Okay. The old man throws a rope over a rafter. "You shouldn't be here," he murmurs back to you as he starts tying a knot. "If you need to know the answers, start at the long corridor. I found them, and now I can never forget." He finishes tying the noose. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You also find a brass key.
Mm-hmm. That's clue 2. And brass key.